the first 25 years of my life was spent in Walton, in the same street. People say about Walton, mostly people who don't live here, it's rough. And it didn't feel like that at all when I lived here.
These people are incredible, like they're unbelievable. 75, 78-year-olds that will give everyone in this room a run for the money. You do not want to take these women on. Really, they're amazing.
No matter what age you are part of a community. And our young people see the community in their eyes, and they wanted to make a difference.
I think I just want to reiterate how important it is for young people to have access to arts. It's the lack of working class representation in the arts. There's 7% of people working in creative industries are actually from a working class background, and that number's dwindling even more because there's not access to the arts in the way that there used to be.
I get really angry about when Walton is, shown to be in any negative state, really. We've got a lot of hard-working people in this community. We've got a lot of nurses, a lot of teachers who are retired, we've all give. And so, yeah, it's horrible when, we get that negative slant put on.
So the night of the riots, people were live streaming from County Roads, all of the disturbance that was happening. We could see bins on fire, you could see kind of disruption, you could hear the anger in the background, but we didn't see any footage of the library or know what had happened to the library until the following morning, and it was just absolutely horrid to see.
I don't know why the library was targeted to this day. Like, the library, of all places. I don't think it was a specific target. I don't think a group of youths got together and said, I know, I don't think they did. I think it was just there.
And seeing the images of those burnt books on the floor, that really triggered something in me. I set up a GoFundMe. The goal was £500, and the initial goal was just let's replace some of the books. As the day went on, it got a bit of traction on social media. By the end of the Sunday, it must have been about 10 o'clock Sunday night, it had hit £20,000. That 2 weeks were like a whirlwind, because more people would talk about it, and that would garner more donations, which would get more support.
I didn't know that we grew up in poverty. I had no idea, because the parents in our street done a good job of never putting that on the kids. So when we'd have no money and my ma would find a quid down the couch or something, she'd go, come on kids, guess what? We're going out for a picnic. She'd go to Chippy and get a bag of chips and a loaf, and we'd just go to Stanley Park. And me and our kid and the other kids would be like, this is great. We had no idea that she's woke up that morning thinking, how are these going to eat tonight? And then after that, she'd say, guess where we're going now? Be like, where? At the library? Yeah, because it was free. Without the library, I don't know where my mum would have taken us. We'd have been stuck in the house. And at that library back then, one of those trips, I assume, my ma picked a leaflet up, and it was advertising a adult education course called Second Chance. My ma she'd not finished school, and she'd had me when she was 17, and she gave it a go. And her tutor on that course, by sheer chance, but it's like a big circle's been completed lately, was Frank Cottrell Boyce's mum, Joan. She was my mum's tutor, and my mum credits her with changing the direction of her life.
Tell me what's special about Art at St Mary.
You'd be welcomed by anyone. There's no one who would judge you or make fun of you on your first day. I love when the teachers teach because the enthusiasm they give me is just so... I'm so excited in every lesson.
Would you all like to write a poem about Art at St Mary?
Yes.
Yeah, OK. So who's got a good word, just one word about Art at St Mary?
Welcoming. Incredible. Exciting. Friendly.
Friendly. What's something in this school
that they don't have, that you think they don't have in other schools or they don't have at home? So tell me about the dinners. What's your favourite dinner?
Sausage rolls or a butty. In year 1, we let go a butterfly. We kept a butterfly.
Oh, wow.
That we had Winter Wonderland. Oh, Winter Wonderland.
Is this a school or is this Disney World?
Disney World.
I've just got to take a breath here and say, so this school has butterflies, ducks, a reindeer, pizzas. So listen, you've been amazing. You've got your sheets. I want you to write me a story. Use your amazing imagination and do something just magic.
Hi, I'm Arnie and this is my school. I want to take you on a journey to show you how brilliant it is.
Hatchling ducks and busy bees in our wonderful wild garden.
You can be a superstar in one of our after-school clubs.
We've been on so many visits.
He brings his reindeers, but the Atlas don't always make it. I'm Arnie and I'm proud to be part of our school.
In your lives, there are things which are important to you, which I think it would be good if you were to make a 1-minute film about those things that are important.
Walton's not dead rich area. It can show no matter where you're from, you can always grow into something that's absolutely amazing.
Okay, so in times of trouble, is there anyone in particular in your life who you feel has been like a rock in that respect?
It's less about that, it's more about the people that I love, like my friends and my family that are around me, that support me.
When Hillsborough happened, let's use Hillsborough as an example, it was tragic. Like at the time, 96, now 97 people tragically died. The fact that our community was able to provide the support to the families of the people who tragically passed away is just like, it's great.
Everyone can think about a teacher who has helped in their identity and helped to create their future. Our parents can be teachers, our family can be teachers. Yous are basically teachers. Teacher knows how to do film, giving us the opportunities to create a film.
Art is not just something we're born with. It is shaped day to day by the world around us.
A prime example being our love for football. Liverpool, Everton, we all come together as one big family.
A hospital possesses the great power to mother those with a fulfilling destiny. Musicians, politicians, men with existential missions.
We are proud to say we're from Walton. I'm proud to live in the city of Liverpool.
Our art is our sword, our shield, our battle cry. Through language and poetry, we are free to defy a system that locks us in a world full of fear. But the past is the past and the present is here. Let language be our bullets, let words be our knives. We must stand together, let knowledge be our drive. I write mainly poetry, not stories. My dad was a taxi driver and he was not bookish at all, but my mum really was. She had a grammar school education. And I was brought up listening to poetry and Shakespeare, stuff like that, which is probably quite unusual where we come from.
God tells on the mountain, stand high. Walton on the hill. It's about a morning journey, long, long back. Well, remembering my wife ever since she passed away.
When you go to rehab, one of the first things you do is you write a life story. One of the sessional workers there, he said to me, you can write and you should really nurture it. The thing that clinched it, I think, was just fanzines, just football ones, really. And with me being an Evertonian, like When Skies Are Grey, and just reading about people's lives. Although it was a football thing, there wasn't much mention of football in there. Just people's lives and what they did, what gigs they went to and the laughs they had there. And I related to it and wanted to have a go myself.
The war memorial is long and narrow, like a cricket pitch, the burial ground for 300 unknown soldiers. My sister and I spent hours pressing acorns into the earth, hoping they would grow into oak trees, a long rectangular forest. Once, we filmed a jam jar here with rain-wet acorns and beech nuts. In time, the acorns sprouted roots, then rotted in the jar.
I grew up in Walton in a big Irish family where my dad, who was a plasterer, used to come home from work covered in plaster dust. He looked like a statue, a walking monument, and he was in a way because he was a monument to stories.
I like flicking my fag ends into my neighbour's fish pond. He doesn't know which window they come from, but he did accuse the guy downstairs who smokes, and there was a big argument, which nearly came to blows. This morning I flicked a cigar butt down there, which landed on his bicycle seat and burnt a hole. I heard him swearing. Not very neighbourly, I know, but he shouldn't put Lib Dem posters in his window.
I like being able to reach people who think they're unreachable, really. I think a part of that is because I've felt like that myself at times. And it's not about telling people what to do or punishing people. It's giving them, in a lot of the time, like a creative outlet.
I met PJ at a recovery living centre for adult males. Whilst I was a resident there was a big ethos on creativity. I got into photography while I was there. So I was doing a photo essay at the time, and the theme I wanted to portray through the photo essay was things around my emotions and feelings about my life before getting into photography. And one area that really kind of stuck out for me was how I felt about barbershops and the fact that I couldn't go in a barbershop without having a drink because the feeling of being overwhelmed in there, the sense of intimacy with someone else, being so close to you, having to look at myself in the mirror. It was an overwhelming experience, and I wanted to get that across in some photos.
We're a community hub based in Walton in L4. We set it up because we noticed in our area that there was a massive need for there was loneliness, poverty, isolation. So we decided to take a leap of faith, leave our full-time jobs and just see if it worked. And it did, and it's grown beautifully over the years.
I host mental health courses here. I oversee the staff. I'm the yoga teacher here. I oversee the cafe here. And I oversee the community pantry here.
So it started originally in the lockdown of delivering food parcels to up to 78 families at one point.
The rate of mental health in this community is really high. Deprivation's really high.
One by one, people just would pass and they'd pop in and they'd say, you know, what have you got on? And we'd spend hours just sitting and talking with them.
There's many stories that are moving of people who come into the centre, how their lives have changed since they've been coming.
My partner died after 48 years together. And after that time, I went into a big depression.
I got hit by a car, and about the following March, I decided that I would be better off in my own bedroom, so I stayed there.
Unusually for me, I was rather shy, because I didn't know what to expect. They just come across as interested in what my problems were and wanted to help me. Best thing he ever did, saved my life.
We haven't seen someone for a couple of weeks. We'll give them a little ring and go, you're all right? We're just checking in. Do you fancy a visit? Do you want a cup of tea? But it's constantly listening to what they need and what they want.
They said, you know, you might want to come next week, but you might not be able to leave the house. So if you want to come, well, we'll send someone to come and get you. I owe this place for me, learning to live again.
We see celebrations every day, we see joy every day, we see sadness turned into joy.
Because we can't save the world, we're just a little centre in the back of Walton.
What's lovely about here is it doesn't matter what nationality you are. If you walk through the door, they're welcomed and the members here welcome them.
Couldn't be without this place. It's my world, and I hope I'm the world to them.
My name's Daniel Astos, and I recently released my debut album soundtrack for the 21 Bus Home, which is an album named after my late Uncle Joseph's mixtape with the same name that I found in my nan and granddad's loft that had been forgotten by time. There's a song in the middle of the record that's called Walton Road, which is the stop my uncle would have got off the bus when he was riding home from his gigs in town. The song's kind of like a love letter to Walton and kind of what the feeling is of being on that bus on the top deck, looking out the window and seeing all the people getting on with the days. It's a beautiful place, it's a unique place, and I hold it dearly in my heart. All grew up here for our whole childhoods. County Road's better looking little brother, separated only by Rice Lane and the flyover.
He needs a sign up for the subconscious, because he doesn't feel good when he's on this, and I don't know why he's doing these drugs to get by. His guts gave up by the...
We had our first practices in a house just off Walton Vale. Over the past decade, our music has took us around the world, and this year we are fortunate enough to play 3 crazy, chaotic shows at Glastonbury. You don't realise when you're growing up how a place can shape and mould you into the people you become. I get things around here that I don't get anywhere else in the world.
So take him down, Walton Vale, needs a break, needs a drink, and he's always on the ale. But did anyone think if the gamble landed this time, then it's probably time to leave?
Growing up in Walton was lovely. There was a gorgeous sense of community. Our street was like one big family. We were all really, really close. We all grew up together. On a Saturday night, we'd all just get together in one of the houses, and there would be like all the kids in one room and all the mums in the other room, just having a really nice time and sharing food and drinks and stories. It was a real community. We went to youth theatre ourselves, me and my brothers. We went to the youth theatre at the Unity in Liverpool. We were really lucky in that it was affordable to be able to go and do those activities when we were kids. I was really lucky to be able to work with my brother in 2023 at Shakespeare North. My brother's an actor called Mike Noble, and he played Macbeth in our first production of that. As far as I know, he's the only Macbeth to ever portray it in a Scouse accent.
Ever since I was little, I've always known I wanted to be an actor. My primary school was such a creative primary school. Like, any time there was a holiday or anything, they'd do a play or they'd do like a performance or something like that. And then I've played Mary twice in the Nativity, so there we go. So it was always just in me. And I didn't realise you could actually do it for a job until quite a lot later into my life.
I'm finding working at Shakespeare North that the more and more we're hearing from schools is that they don't have the funds to be able to hire the bus to get the kids to the theatre. So even if we gave them all of their tickets for free, the teachers still can't get them there.
I went to drama school for a year, and I found it really difficult to survive in London. I was the only Scouse actor in that year, and it was just really different to be in such a environment where you think you're going to meet loads of your own people, but none of them really have the same experience as you. So my first ever audition for anything screen was After Sun. I'd just actually been rejected from 3 drama schools that day. You wouldn't think, would you? 3 drama schools that day, and I was like, my life's over. I can't believe this. I get an email from 20 Stories High saying, "Hi, Kaylee, here's an open call. It's 2 weeks in Turkey. What have you got to lose?" And from that, it really made me think that this is something I can do.
If kids can't get to a theatre and access theatre or be at a youth theatre or be doing like cultural and creative activities at a weekend or out of school hours, then they're never going to know that those creative jobs exist.
So we work with children, young people who are aged from 8 to 19. We do work with younger age young people and children who are with their parents as well. We offer detached youth work, which is meeting young people in their space. And that links alongside our mobile youth bus, which is what we call the base. And that is basically Walton Youth and Community Project on wheels. And we take our services to where young people hang out. Young people want to be outdoors. A sunny, shiny day, you don't want to be stuck in a centre. So that's the beauty of the mobile youth bus, is being able to take that to them. We believe firmly that we can't just work with young people by themselves. We have to work holistically with the families.
My daughter, she's probably been attending for about 2 years, and she loves it, and I love them. They're like a little happy family.
Theatre can be important because it can show people who you are in the inside and on the outside. I like it because there's a lot of staff here that actually care more about you than anyone else.
And what we've got beautifully in the project is about other young people's acceptance of other young people.
I think this project is all about the people at the grassroots, the community, the people around, the children, the families. So for the children, from the young people, for the adults themselves, this is like a safe space.
Yeah, so we devised what we call street scene, which was young people who worked with an artist called Ruth Dillon to use photography as a tool to see what young people see through their eyes from the skills that they were taught. It's quite amazing to see. And then they're then teaching other young people and their parents as well how to use their cameras as well.
To me, that's what community really means. It's not just about where you're from, it's about where you stand.
She doesn't just live here, she carries it. Walton gave her her voice, gave her thick skin and a soft heart, taught her when to fight and when to listen. She knows the city won't turn unless places like Walton hold the weight. Even the quiet streets hold stories that haven't finished yet. The future isn't somewhere else, it's here. Under the rain that turns to sun, on a Sunday morning with the blinds half done. She wants that Walton kind of hope. The kind that doesn't shout, but stays. The kind of hope that you grow into and pass on. Like a key under the mat, because someone's always coming home.